tonight I am, goodness, this is like boys that way. Okay. Tonight I am endeavoring to make a 25-yard skirt. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it'll actually be 25 yards, but basically what I'm planning is big, longer tier for the top part, and then I'll do like kind of different lengths, or sorry, widths. Like it'll be about this long for the top tier, the second tier will be like this long, and then that long, that long. It'll sandwich, okay? So that's what I'm thinking. This is the fabric. This. I also have some ideas about lace, like doing a lace panel, because I think that would be really cute. So basically, to get it to 25 yards is the length at the bottom circumference of the skirt. So basically a 25-yard skirt is just a super, super, super gathered skirt. Meaning, like, the way that I want to do is I want to do 5 different panels. So that means that it's going to be like 5 yards is the first tier, then 10 yards is the second tier, 15 yards is the third, 20 is the fourth, 25 is the 5th tier, if that all makes sense. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dishwasher and other things. My house is loud, and apparently this microphone picks up literally everything. Oh my gosh, also, this is created by MSC, which is me. So anyway, I forgot to say that. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoy. I have never made a 25-yard skirt, so sorry, I'm actually probably being blinded by this, so I'm gonna move back. But anyway, I've never made one before. I have no idea how to make it. I mean, I do, but like, I don't know, I'm just nervous. So I guess I just shouldn't say that I don't know how to make it. Anyway, I'm gonna try to also do everything French seams. It's gonna be actually a super simple skirt, just making sure that I actually have enough fabric. So basically I have kind of like 3.5 yards of this, and I know that I have 4 yards of this. I have like 7.5, 8 yards to work with to make 25 yards, which if your math is mathing, like my math is mathing, it's not adding up, but we'll see if it does. That's why I'm saying it might not be 25 yards. So it might be like a 16 or 15 yard skirt. We'll see. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm really excited. That's actually going to be really simple because it's literally just a bunch of long rectangular strips. And let me show you the fabric up close because that's my most exciting part. This is the fabric. I just found this fabric, honestly, and was just automatically in love. It's like these cute little butterflies. They're so cute. So anyway, I got this, and then I got this navy. It's just basically navy to match with the darker blues in there. Then this is the lace. I think that it would be just so beautiful to add this part right here of the lace. Quite literally matches this butterfly. So I also have this lace, which, oh my gosh, I'm literally just realizing that that is a house. That's crazy. Can you see that? Anyway, but it's only 3 yards. So if I were to use this, oh my gosh, it's like trees and stuff. Wow. I honestly didn't really look at this whenever I got it because I just loved it at first sight and I needed it. So that's why I'm like, wow, that's in there? That's crazy. So anyway, I'm also thinking about this, but it's only 3.5 yards. So it depends. Okay, so this is like a really rough tutorial of how to do this, but here's videos that you can look up. I mean, they do a lot of math in them. I don't really care to do the math. I'm just winging it. So maybe I'll really regret that in the end because I really love this fabric, but you're here first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be folding this in half, and then I'm going to try to make sure that these are just really lined up. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be folding these all into sections long ways, if that makes sense. I'm folding it, what is it, hamburger versus hot dog? I'm folding it hamburger style, if that makes sense in your brain, but it probably doesn't. But because I'm folding it this way, okay, instead of me folding it like super long and skinny, I'm making it fold it a bit wider, and then I'm going to be matching that up and folding it, and matching it up and folding it. Okay, now that I have this section to work with, that's a bit more manageable, then I can go through, I can put it on my cutting board, and I can cut across the rectangles like that, and then sometimes sew them together. So I'm going to do the same thing for this navy. We'll see how it goes. This fabric is going to be the wider sections, which I'm also worried about because I don't have that much of it. So maybe I will actually have to make it the smaller sections. You'll see what I decide in the next clip because I'm going to show you cutting it. That way I can show you what I mean by how I'm cutting it. But basically I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. Wow, I'm having such a struggle talking. I'm going to use my rotary cutter and my little ruler, clear ruler, go along it, cut it out, and make it big rectangular strips that I can sew together. Yeah. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I think I just really want it to be 25 yards, and I think I know in my heart that is not going to be 25 yards, and that's stressing me out. But it's okay. I just really want it to be so gathered, but I don't have that kind of a bunny. And also, I thrifted this fabric, so I can't get any more of it. So this is it. So this navy, literally from Walmart. I could get this all friggin' day long, but this fabric I can't, which is stressing me out, but it's okay. I just gotta take a deep breath. I'm really stressed. Sorry. I'm really stressed about this. Anyway, let me cut it out, and I will have had a meltdown probably by the next time you see me. I don't know where I'm cutting that out. So anyway, let's cut out. So stressed. Okay. See you soon. I have successfully had my meltdown, and I have come to terms with the fact that it probably will not be 25 yards. And I probably shouldn't be winging it, but that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to. Basically what I'm doing is I've pinned a little bit along this. I don't know if you can see, let me actually show you. It ends like abruptly, you can tell. Like it ends right here, meaning I need a pin that's gonna be right here. That I know that if I cut right there, I'm gonna get the most out of my fabric. Then I also need to cut along this line. Make sure that I'm going to get the most out of my fabric. I'm going to line that up here, and I have to fix a little bit of it later, and then I'm also going to cut along this section up here too. And so I'm hoping that if I do that, that'll give me different lengths of tiers that I want to work with, and then I can kind of fill in the gaps with the navy. But so basically, I'm going to pull that back over and pin it back down in those 3 sections. That way I can know exactly where I need it to be cut. Really what I'm also thinking is, I know that I wanted different lengths, but I think what's going to probably make me the most happy is if I can use as much as possible of this. So I think that if I'm going to do different lengths, I need it to be with the navy fabric. What I'm doing here, what I'm going to show you is how to cut it out. So I'm going to make sure that this is lined up all along the bottom. And then I'm going to be cutting off the selvage edge right here. So I'm going to take it, this, and just a tip. Tips and tricks, you always want to cover up the fabric that you want to keep nice. Is what I learned in school. So like if I'm using my rotary cutter, I really want to cut it this way, which I probably still will, but basically if you cut it this way, I don't have this on, but you're going and then all of a sudden you get too excited and you're like, and you like cut off that whole part of it. That's bad. So you want to be covering up the nice fabric. So I would want to be cutting it like this. But because I'm right-handed, I'm going to need to go on the other side and cut it from that side. So one moment. I'm going to just line it up right here. And go all the way down. And so now I have nice, even strips to work with now that I've done that. So, and it was all the salvage anyway, so you wouldn't really use it. And I really wanted to make sure that I'm making it as straight as possible. That way whenever I make these layers, it's nice to work with. So basically, because my seam allowance is going to be 1/2 inch, that means that it's going to be 1/2 inch on both sides because I'm doing French seams. So the best way to do French seams is to do 1/2 inch because you're going to sew it right sides together. Is that right? I have to really think about it in my brain. Give me 1 second. Anyway, I can't think about it right now because all I can think about is what length I want to cut these at. So basically, what I'm going to do for mine is this ruler is 6 inches, meaning that if I take a 1/2 inch on both sides, it's really going to be 5 inches wide, meaning it's going to be actually more like that. I think I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna line it up with the ruler and call it good. So, we're doing it. I'm scared. Okay. Okay, so now that I have that rectangle, I'm gonna move it over. And I've just been thinking about this one because this one is where the pin is, and I think I'm honestly just gonna line it up with the pin and go for it. Go for it. Yep. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to line up with this 1/4 inch line that's moving around on me. Okay. Okay. I'm not stressed at all, guys. Okay. Okay, I don't know why this project's stressing me out so much. I'm so sorry if you're like stressed for me, but you don't need to be. But maybe you do. The rest of it, I think I'm going to do the 6.5 inches. Oops. 1 second. I'm going to put that with this pile right here. Oh. Sorry, don't do that. If you saw that, don't do that. That's dangerous. Sorry for confusing anyone. You probably are really confused. Don't use this as a tutorial. Just kidding. You can, but watch the whole thing if you use this as a tutorial before you decide to do it. Okay. I'm going to finish cutting this out, and then I'm going to literally just do the same for the navy, and you'll see what lengths I decide on. Because I don't even know. This whole project. Who knows what I'm doing? I'm literally just following my heart. Following my heart. So, now that I have those rectangles cut out, I want to do some kind of ruffle with this. We'll see, I might regret and want it to just make it this length, but guess we'll see. Time for the navy. Yeah, I am nervous. I'm nervous. Okay. My dishwasher's probably so freaking loud, but okay, I have decided to make my navy ones literally just all the same length as these, which means that they're the same length as my 6.5 inch roller. These, let's see how large these ones are, in case you're wondering. These are 8 inches. So these ones are a bit wider, they're 8 inches, and then these are 6.5. Yep. I'm gonna measure them all out so I can see how many yards I'm working with, and then I can really decide if it's gonna be like a 15-yard skirt or if I really can't make it like a 20 or 25 yard. Yeah. And I am leaning towards adding in that lace, so we'll see. I'm sorry, I get so worried about you seeing my head, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I think about it in the back of my mind a lot. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go look through the rest of my fabric. I'm gonna count this out, and then I'll be back and give you any updates if I have any. this has been a stressful project for me so far, and they've only been working on it for like 30 minutes. So anyway, hope you're having a good time. I'm so stressed. Okay. We have some decisions to make. So basically, all of this together, let me actually look again, I think it was 38. Yeah. So fabric wise, I have 6 yards of this wider fabric that I did. I did this, was about 8 inches. Then this fabric of my 6.5 inches is 9 yards. And then this of my navy fabric, I did all 6.5 inches is this way is 23 yards. So all of that together though is 38 inches. I have been thinking, and I think I am going to add in this, and I honestly might even add in this, and what I'm thinking is that I'll make it 8 inches as well, and then I also can then use this excess for another project, and so I have some decisions to make about where I want these panels to go, where I want the lace to go, where I want this lace to go, which panels to put where, if I want to go more of a patchwork thing. That's the plan. I'm going to be thinking through kind of what tiers where. I have decided that for this will probably just be the waistband, and that I'm going to have this blue fabric on the outside because this is really the star of the show. I'm going to have this on the outside. This is going to be inside of my waistband, so I'm going to sew it together, wrong sides together, flip it right side out, and then do it from there. So I probably won't be sewing tonight just because I want to really think this through in my brain, because I don't want it to just look ragtag put together, even though that literally is what it is. But I really do want it to be thought out now that I have it all cut out and I've made those decisions. I just need to make more decisions, so just scary. I don't like making decisions, so yeah, time to decide. It's just the worst part. I'm just kidding, it's not the worst part, it's a good part, but it's stressful, okay? So, because I just have such high hopes for this skirt, but I've really been like, oh, whatever with it, but now I'm like, oh, maybe I should have been, but that is such as life. Sometimes you make decisions that you're not happy with. And this is the result, is that now you have so many decisions and you don't know what to do with them. So, anyway, I'll stop ranting and get to work.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa! That's too damn bad!
Okay, so basically what these little sticky notes are telling me is the lengths of what they will be. So I think what I'm going to end up having is about 13 yards, 13 to 15 yards. So the way that's going to work is that this is my waistband. Then I have 1 yard of this, which will be my first tier. Second tier will be this leftover lace that I got from this right here, because I just cut it. And this will be patchwork together with this layer. So waistband, then this yard, then this lace, then the next tier will be about 7.5 yards long. Then it'll be 9 yards long with 9 yards of this and kind of gathered together. Then it'll be 10 yards of this wider 8-inch section patchwork together with this beautiful lace. Then the last tier will be patchworked together, those two together. So basically it has, this is only going to be this fabric for this first layer. Then I have this is a patchwork layer, this is a solid layer, patchwork layer, patchwork layer. It's the first tier, second tier, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And whenever I did the math, it's going to be about 34 inches long. So it'll, on me, if I put it on my natural waist, that is about midi length. So it's going to be a midi skirt. So that's what I'm thinking. And I'm definitely going to French seam these like tiers together on these seams. I'm going to start getting a couple done. I probably just won't film it because it is getting a bit late. you'll eventually see me sewing, but for now I'm just gonna do some me time and just sew on my own. Since this project has been so stressful, I just need to sew by myself for a little bit. So I'm sorry if you want to see it. I'll show you later, but for now I'm just gonna sew by myself because I've been like really stressed and I'm like sweating right now. Trying to figure out all these different tiers and the math behind it, and anyway, because I am not a patchwork queen, but I really want to be, okay? So the patchwork is kind of stressing me out, but it'll be fine. Hopefully it looks good. I'm just so worried about it, but it'll be fine. I'm sorry, I'm like really stressing you out probably, and you're probably stressed watching this when you should be relaxing. And I should probably be relaxing too, but that's life. That's life. Okay, so anyway, let's get sewing. Okay guys, this is the next day, and today I'm going to show you my progress update. So right now, sorry for that noise. Anyway, right now I have this big long strip of navy and lace. I actually ended up lining the lace because it's going to be like right here and I don't have anything to go underneath. So I just lined it instead of it being see-through. The French seaming is going well, kind of. I'm confused almost 90% of the time, but it's been working out so far. Basically what I was trying to say last night and my brain was literally buffering and I could not like use my words to explain it to you, was that it's wrong sides and then you flip it right sides together and sew that, so if that makes sense. So you basically, you put wrong sides together, you just sew it out of 4 and then cut off the seam allowance to 1/8. Then you press it, obviously, then you flip it, sandwich the raw edge in between so your right sides are now facing each other, and then you sew that seam at 1/4 of an inch. So that way all of those raw edges are all enclosed and it looks beautiful. If you're wondering what my patchwork one will look like, my patchwork layers, is that it's just going to be like basic every other type of panels. I'll do navy and then I'll do pattern, navy patterned. Same with whenever I'm going to do this pattern with the lace. So anyway, that's the update today. Hopefully I'll get a lot more and can start maybe even putting layers together, or not together, probably not today, but I probably will get to a point where I can gather them so I can be big and flowy at the bottom. That's my hope. So we'll see what I get to. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I don't think so. So, yep. Let's do this. Also, sorry, I actually do want to say I want to say I'm so sorry that I'm stressing you out. I was being a drama queen last night. I was really stressed, and yes, I still am like hesitant. Okay, I'm not stressed per se. I'm hesitant. And it's just because I really want this to work out. So anyway, I'm sorry that I was stressing you out. I was being a drama queen, and it's really not that deep. It's really not, even though it is. But yeah, so sorry if I was stressing you out. I'm so sorry. I'm having a good time now that I figured out the French seams. French seams were also really stressing me out, but I'm good. They still are, but I'm still good. It's okay. If you are thinking about doing French seams, maybe start with a smaller project. You know, this seems like a small project. It's actually really simple. I don't know, man. I mean, 15 yards of fabric at the bottom. That's the bottom layer. I mean, I have like, what I say at the beginning? 38 yards, right? Which means I'm French seaming a lot. Every single seam. So yeah, every single one of these is French seamed together. Then it'll be French seamed to the layer above it. So anyway, which is boggling my brain. I am so used to right sides together, so putting wrong sides together is just like, don't do that. But that is how you do it. And it's stressing me out. Sorry. It's making me hesitant. I don't want to say the word stress because I just feel like that like makes me stressed. So anyway, yep, let's do it. Alright, so it's, I don't even know when the last time I worked on this project is. I think it was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. I've been slowly working on this project. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just how, I didn't realize when I first started it that it was just going to be so much, like especially with the French seaming. If I could go back, I would not French seam every single seam in it. But it looks nice. It's just very slow and tedious process, and it's making me frustrated, and it's like, you know, anyway, it's just the realistic side of how it goes sometimes whenever you're thinking of a project and you're doing it your own way, and sometimes things just don't work out the way that you want it to, but it is working out, but it's just really difficult and a slow process, which is fine. Like sewing is just can be slow sometimes. I just think it's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. Hopefully you can see this. This is what it's looking like so far. I know it looks kind of like a mess right now because the raw edges are shown, but basically I'm just gonna sew it along this seam, which would technically be wrong because then, you know, I have those raw edges showing. So then once I sew that, I will iron it, and then I'm gonna flip it. So this edge will be sewn, I'm gonna flip it so that way I sew along this edge, and then whenever you flip it back out, it encases the raw edges. And that's how I've come to go with all of these other edges that I've done. Okay guys, so the skirt is finally done, and before we get into the photo video montage, I just wanted to reflect back on it. This skirt was really hard for me. If you can't tell from the video, it really stressed me out. And that's totally fine. You're gonna have projects like that that stretch you and make you grow and test your skills and your knowledge and your faith in your ability to sew, and that was definitely one of these projects for me. Every single tier I thought about giving up and not doing this video. I really thought about just not finishing it, and after every single tier I literally was like, I just won't do it. Like, I just don't want to. Which is just the reality of sewing sometimes. Sometimes you're just like not having a fun time, but you know that it's gonna turn out beautiful and that you're gonna love it, but it's just like, wow, I just like cannot get myself to do this. And anyway, that was one of these projects for me, but I'm so glad that I pressed on and I kept on going, because the end product like this is probably one of my most favorite skirts I've ever made. I just think it's so beautiful, and I love how it twirls, and I just feel so girly and feminine and beautiful whenever I wear this skirt. And so I just wanted to say all that. If you are still here and you're watching, thank you so much for watching, supporting me, clicking on it. Anything really is just so nice. A like, a subscribe, anything. It is just so nice to know that there are people out there that enjoy what I'm making and enjoy watching me do what I love. And so it's just so heartwarming that you would click on my video, or that you like it, or that you subscribe, or anything like that. It really does mean the world to me. So thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get on to my actual skirt that I made for this project. So thanks so much. Bye. Love you all.